Hi, this is Khan. And in our last lesson, we planned a link from scratch, and we show that what are the required steps to create a link. But in this one, we will go in a bit of detail because now we have to learn that how each step is done. So, if you remember, we had chosen Ghana because of a peculiar reason that Ghana is one of the countries. There are more countries, but Ghana is one of them where some part is in, like if you see this area which is highlighted, this part is in the east. If you see, then the longitude, the east is changing. The number are in east, but here in this part it becomes west. So this was one of the reasons that I chose Ghana, that we have a east and west combination. So when we will be making links, we will be seeing that what kind of effects we get. And one thing that you will remember, hopefully, that when we were making it, we said that longitude is positive in the west. So it means the longitude value in east should be negative. And this we can see from this sample file. This file I have created with the help of path loss itself. Basically, in this video, we will learn that how the sites are imported. So once you get the site data from your RF team or from whoever provides the data in your company, so you will see that like some longitudes are in negative. So it means that these longitudes basically lie in this part. That's why they are negative, because east is negative. West should be in positive numbers. East should be negative. And same goes with in the latitude, north is positive because Ghana is in all north. There's no part of Ghana is in south. So latitude has no problem for us. But for longitude, any value which is in negative, it means that that coordinate is in the eastern part of the country. So I thought to just let you know about this. So now we will see this file. Basically, you may not get exactly the same file because this file is generated by path loss itself. So the columns are as per path loss, but you may have any kind of file. The file could be coming from any source. It can be a manual file as well. Maybe you got the coordinates through some GIS software, but path loss can import any kind of list. The only thing is that there should be minimum three components. One should be the site name, because if we are importing a site, we need to have the name. And the other two are latitude and longitude, because we want to know that where this site will lie. So knowing of latitude and longitude is very important. So apart from these two things, nothing else is important for us. So, like for example, here we have the country name. I have put the tower height as well. Just assume that there are some extra columns that you don't want, or there are something different in the file. I mean, the file has a bit of different columns or different names. So even the names, if they are different, if this is not the site name, it is a site ID or something else, even this will not make any problem. This we will know well when we will be importing this file. So I just thought first to show you the file structure. So as I told you, the file should have at least these three columns. And like I populated this by myself, I added this country and tower height in it. I added these two values. These were empty, so I added these names. So if there are, just to make these significant, we will import these as well. Otherwise, we will not import any blank thing, because path loss will automatically import these as a blank. So I don't have to import these one. I will import only these 5 columns. Rest will automatically imported with blank values. So this we will see just in a while So what I wanted to tell you is that if there are any values that you want to import, then you must know that like where they are lying. Like for example, country may not have a exact name of country, or tower height should not be in the same format. But if we know that the first three are the required one, then this eighth one is required, and then 15th one that is required, then we can easily import it. So let me import this file and let us see that how this import works. So we are back in our network. So let's go to view and then site list. Our site list has the previous sites that we have physically made. So I will import site text file. This is the file that I want to import. I say OK. The file is open. Let me close this file and let me import again. Now it's a simple import. It's very similar to Excel import as well. We know that this was a CSV file, so this is a delimited file. Okay. Limitation is done by commas because it has shown us here. Say next. Now we have to make a one-to-one mapping of, like for example, this. And let me go back and let me go back. Okay, let me do one more thing, because if I will import it as it is, it will import these first column site name as well. I will ask it to import from site from number 2. So it will ignore the first row, because the first row we will generate by ourselves. That's why I have ignored it. Now we can see that first row has a different name. Okay. So now this one, first one, I will say this is the site name. If you see, if I had put the first row, it will have put site name twice. So now this will ignore this one. So it has given it a name of site name. If it has a different name, like site ID or only site, then still it will give it the same thing, site name. The second one, I will say that this is the latitude. Third one, I will say this is the longitude. Now, because I want this country as well, I will add the country in this list. We have the country here. And because I told you that I have just added the tower heights, so I will add it as the tower height. I have these three also. If I want, I can add these as well: tower type and site type and site status. So whatever thing, I will give a specific name and I will tell it here that this should be interpreted as this thing, then it will import all these columns. So let's go to next. It's a north, west, as we already know. And we can, from here, we can start assigning it to some groups. So I can make a test group just to give you some idea of the groups as well. And just I want to emphasize you that if you are importing some sites which may be a part of a group, then you must assign a group at the import level so that the sites are assigned to some specific group. So this is done. So all these sites are added. If you see, I had given a number. So for tower type, the number represent to a self-support tower. So it has taken that as 1. Site type I had given 1, so it says type 1 because type 1 is not something known to it. And call status is site status is also status is 1. So let me close it. And if you see here, all these sites are imported now. So this is site 17, 18, and up to 32, 33. Okay, so as you can see that these are the sites that we have imported, and there are some sites which were already there. So here we have learned that how we can import. If we have a number of sites, then how we can import those sites and how we can add it to our network. So in the next coming videos, I will show you the next steps. I mean, like for example, the sites are imported, so we can start working on these sites. So see you in the next video.